Hi everybody, and welcome to your hints on putting together your Thanksgiving card kit. The paper we're using for this card kit is from the mini catalog, and it's the Gilded Autumn Designer Series paper, as well as the stamp sets Gather Together and Life is Beautiful, as well as I've pulled in a few things from Paper Pumpkin this month and a year ago. Now, one thing I've tried to do with this card kit, and recently all of the cards coming out of my craft area, someone recommended this Around the Corner stamp set. They said they use theirs all the time. And I am now finding that I'm using it a lot as well. All of my cards now on the inside have a little something something in the corner. And it can be from this, or it's related to the front of the card. So to the person who recommended this to me, thank you very much, Bonnie. Now, on to our first card. This is the first card we're going to talk about. It's fairly straightforward. The paper is the from the series I talked about. Oh, which has this on the back. And the other one is this one that we're going to be using. One thing I recommend that you do, when you're cutting your paper, you're going to have little odds and sods of paper like this around. Hang on to them. And next week's video will show you what you can do with all these little pieces of paper that are related in theme. Now, back to the card. I thought this was kind of an interesting card. It wasn't feminine. It wasn't masculine. It was kind of a card that could go to anyone. The only thing in this card that you have to do when you get your kit is to cut these notches. Other than that, everything else has been stamped for you, and you just need to put it together. And I'm leaving it up to you if you want to use dimensionals or not. The next card is my favorite. And the reason I like it so much is it's not using your typical Thanksgiving or Halloween colors. Who would have thought Sahara Sand for Thanksgiving? Now, when I went to stamp these mossy green leaves, I used Whisper White stamp set. And when I first stamped it, I didn't like it. But I think this ink fades a little into the paper, making it less stark and dramatic. So as I said, all the cards have a little something in the middle. Now the next card is the result. The next two cards actually have a lot of embossing on them. And the reason for that is recently I revisited for some friends how to do embossing. So I had it in my mind to do a lot of embossing with the Thanksgiving cards. For this card, you're going to get the 3 pieces of the Designer Series paper. The 2 smaller ones are the ones on the outside, and the one in the middle is the printed side. And make sure you have it right side up for your card. Now, if you choose to, you can reverse it and do the 2 printed ones on the outside and the gold one in the middle. The choice is yours. And then for this one, this is the pumpkin from this month's Paper Pumpkin. Now, I don't have a die for it, so you're going to have to fussy cut that out. And it's straightforward. This is the one that I used Around the Corner on. And I really like it. So if you get an opportunity to find something like that, a stamp set like that, either this one or one similar, pick it up. You'll use it a lot, trust me. The next card is this one. I like this one too. It's a fun card. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take your leaves and you're going to arrange them however you want them. Then I would lay them down and put a piece of tape on the back to hold them all together before you put them on your card. Another tip, this gold string, if perchance you cut it, dip the end in glue. Otherwise, it unravels like crazy. So fairly straightforward. Put your leaves on. The piece of the back that's embossed, you decide which side you want. I went with the less impressed one, as opposed to the thicker, more risen up one. The last card. This one has a funny story behind it. When I get a new stamp set, I like to kind of fool around with it. So I took this Life is Beautiful stamp set and was fooling around with it. Just using different colors. I write down what colors I use, which ones I liked, which ones I don't like. I went to put the, after I had the tree done, I thought, well, let's see what this is going to look like, the little birdhouse. But instead of stamping it on my sample, I stamped it on my card. Good thing I liked it, because I left it in. So this one's fairly straightforward as well. You'll just have to do your pumpkins, put your embossed embellishments on there as well. And then inside there's also a little pumpkin set, which I colored using not the blends, but am I using my right markers. Blends tend to bleed through, and I didn't want that on this card. So that's your cards for this month. Hope you enjoy making them. And as always, remember to keep stamping. Bye for now.